It was a frigid evening in New York City, the kind where the wind bit at your fingertips and the streets buzzed with people racing to escape the cold. Outside the opulent Le Grande restaurant, where chandeliers cast golden light onto the sidewalk, a small figure stood alone. Her name was Lily, a 12-year-old girl with a thin coat patched at the elbows, clutching a basket of handmade crafts. Her cheeks were flushed from the chill, but her eyes, wide and bright, shone with a stubborn spark of hope. Lily had been on her own for 2 years, ever since a car accident stole her parents and left her with nothing but memories and a will to survive. She'd learned to weave bracelets and paint bookmarks from scraps, selling them for $1 each to anyone who'd stop long enough to look. When that wasn't enough, she'd ask for leftovers, her soft voice trembling not from fear, but from the sheer effort of holding on to dignity in a world that often looked away. That night, as the restaurant doors swung open and well-dressed, patrons spilled out, Lily spotted a man in a tailored overcoat. He was older, maybe in his 50s, with silver streaking his hair and a weary slump to his shoulders. She took a deep breath and stepped forward. "May I have your leftovers, sir?" she asked, her words nearly lost in the hum of the city. The man, Mr. Harold Thompson, barely glanced at her. A millionaire who'd built an empire from nothing, he was used to brushing off street kids with a wave of his hand. His mind was elsewhere, on the empty mansion waiting for him, on the family he'd lost to time and tragedy. He started to turn away, but then he caught sight of the basket in her hands. The crafts weren't the usual trinkets peddled for pity. They were beautiful, delicate bracelets woven with care, bookmarks painted with tiny, vibrant flowers. "Did you make these?" he asked, his voice gruff but curious. Lily nodded, a flicker of pride lighting her face. "Yes, sir. I make them myself. They're $1 each. Would you like one?" Surprised by her initiative, Mr. Thompson reached into his pocket and pulled out a $20 bill. "I'll take one," he said, handing it over without waiting for change. Lily's eyes widened, and a grin broke through her guarded expression. "Thank you, sir. Which one?" He pointed to a bookmark, its edges curling slightly but adorned with a burst of yellow daisies. As she handed it to him, he found himself asking, "What's your name?" "Lily, sir." "How old are you, Lily?" 12. "Where are your parents?" Her smile faded, and she looked down at her scuffed shoes. "They died 2 years ago. It's just me now." Mr. Thompson felt a twinge in his chest, a crack in the wall he'd built around his heart. "How do you get by?" "I sell these," she said, lifting the basket slightly, "and ask for leftovers when I have to. It's hard, but I keep going. I have hope things will get better." That word, hope, hit him like a thunderclap. He'd had hope once as a boy scraping by in a tenement, dreaming of a future he'd clawed his way toward. Now, with his wealth and his lonely life, where had it gone? He studied Lily, her resilience shining through the dirt on her face, and asked, "What do you hope for?" "To go to school," she said without hesitation. "To learn, to make something of myself, and maybe someday to help other kids like me." Her answer stunned him. Not just survival, but a dream, selfless and bold. He opened his mouth to respond, but she spoke again, her voice quiet yet piercing. "Even though I have nothing, I still have hope." "What do you have, sir?" The question stopped him cold. What did he have? Millions in the bank, a penthouse overlooking the city, and yet he woke each day to silence and regret. His wife had died years ago, his children had drifted away, and he'd buried himself in work until he forgot what it felt like to care. But here was this girl, with nothing but a basket and a dream, looking at him like she could see straight through his tailored suit to the hollow man beneath. And then it happened. He met her gaze, really met it, and in her eyes he saw a reflection of the boy he'd been. Hungry, determined, unbroken. It wasn't just recognition, it was a miracle, a jolt that woke something long dormant inside him. His throat tightened, and for the first time in years he felt tears prick his eyes. "Lily," he said, his voice thick with emotion. Would you come with me? I can give you a home and education, a chance at that life you're dreaming of. She blinked, her breath catching. You mean it, sir? You'd do that? Yes, he said, a smile breaking through his stern features. You've got something special, Lily. I can see it, and I think you're reminding me of something I've forgotten. Tears spilled down her cheeks, but she laughed, a bright, clear sound that cut through the city's noise. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. He held out his hand and she took it, her small fingers wrapping around his with trust. As they walked away from Le Grand, the cold seemed to fade, replaced by a warmth neither had known they'd been missing. Mr. Thompson felt a purpose rekindle in his soul, a sense that by saving Lily, he was saving a part of himself. And Lily, clutching her basket with one hand and his with the other, saw a future unfolding beyond the streets. In that moment, a simple act of kindness bridged two worlds, proving that miracles don't need magic, just open hearts. And as they disappeared into the night, the city carried on, unaware that a single question, "May I have your leftovers, sir?" had changed two lives forever.